When we start a business, we are all just winging it, whether that's how we get clients, how we onboard them, how we invoice them, whatever procedure it is, we're all just trying to figure it out as we go along. But when we've been in business a while, it becomes apparent that we really need to have systems in place or it can become really chaotic. Most therapists think that having a good marketing plan is the number one way that their practice is going to be successful. But I would like to argue that having systems in place is equally, if not more, important in having a successful practice. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the systems that you can put in place so that you can feel really confident in running your private practice. But first of all, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Kim. I help therapists in private practice get online, get confident with admin, and reduce tech overwhelm. Just interrupting this video to let you know about my upcoming workshop, which is called Unlock Your Practice's Potential, One System for Private Practice Management. You can join me on the 19th of June at 1 p.m. or the 20th of June at 5 p.m. for a 60-minute training all about how Google Workspace can save you time in your practice management, all for just £6 a month. In this training, I'm going to show you how Google Workspace integrates with all aspects of practice management, what apps to use so you can make the most of the system and get the most bang for your buck, and how Google Workspace will save you time so that you can focus on what you do best, seeing your clients. I want to help you create a robust, secure and reliable system so that you can do the best work with your clients and they can get great service from you both inside the therapy room and outside. If you come to this live training, you will walk away with an understanding of why Google Workspace is the system for your practice management organization, which apps to use for each process and why, and how you'll gain back precious time in your day with templates, automations, and hidden app secrets. You'll also receive a special gift just for showing up, and this is a Google Workspace setup guide for private practice. This really is gold. You will be able to set up all aspects of your private practice using this workbook, so you really want to stick around and get your hands on this. So if you want to join me, this is what will happen when you register. You'll choose your chosen workshop date and you will receive your online link via email. Add the workshop to your calendar so you don't forget and miss out, and come to the call and walk away with a real understanding of why Google Workspace is just what you need. So just to remind you, we have 2 dates and times to choose from. On the 19th, I'll be there at 1 p.m. UK time, and on the 20th, it'll be 5 p.m. UK time. So I'd love to see you there. So what are systems? I've talked previously on my channel about the private practice workflow, and this is basically the client journey. And it's really important that you make decisions on these processes and procedures as early as possible, even before you see your first client, if possible, but it's never too late. Systems are the implementation of structured processes and workflows to streamline operations. And if you'd like to delve into the private practice workflow, I do have a free mini course, which I'll leave a link in the description for that. And that's really going to help you make all of these decisions. And this video is going to help you choose how to implement them. So what are the challenges that you will face if you don't have systems in place in your private practice? Well, first of all, you're going to be very inefficient. All of your procedures are going to be plucked from the air. Each of your clients are going to have a different experience of working with you, and it's just not going to be very professional. You're going to be really unorganized, and you're going to be running around like a headless chicken trying to remember how you did all of your procedures and how things worked. If you don't have some standard operating procedures, some SOPs for your practice, you're always going to be starting from scratch. And finally, you're going to have time management issues because everything you do is going to take you longer because of what I said. You're starting from scratch each time. You're trying to remember all of these processes rather than having one set process for everything you do. It's going to affect not only you, but your clients as well. If you don't have a set procedure for how you do something in your practice, your clients will have a different experience with you on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis, and that doesn't make for a very secure relationship with you. On the flip side of that, what are the benefits of having systems in place? Well, the opposite of everything I've just said. You're going to be able to manage your time better. You're going to be very effective when it comes to implementing all of these procedures. Your clients are going to have a much better experience of working with you, which is going to lead to increase in profit and client retention. And you're going to have a lot less stress because you're going to know how to do everything in your practice. Everything's going to have a time when it needs to be done. There's going to be a set process that you can follow, and it's going to be easier to outsource these tasks when the time comes. Everything you do more than once in your business should have a standard operating procedure for it, and you will thank your past self for doing this. Okay, so what systems do you need for your private practice? You need to have an email system. So the number one thing I would do is make sure that you get a professional email address set up as soon as possible. A professional email address is at yourbusiness.com rather than yourbusiness@gmail.com or at yahoo.com or at hotmail.com. You want to make sure that you have a professional email platform and a professional email address that shows that you're in it for the long haul, and it means that clients are going to look at that email address when they want to contact you and not think that you're unprofessional or that you're not going to be around for long. You also want to pick an email system that has additional features that are going to benefit you as a therapist working in private practice. Some of the features I like from Gmail are the settings that you can create so that you can visually set up your email platform how you'd want it. It has Gmail templates, so you can set up specific email responses that you send over and over again at a touch of a button. You literally just insert template and then you would personalize it if you need to, and then you would just send it. So you don't ever have to start writing a regular email from scratch. I also like the schedule send feature. So if you are working late at night or early in the morning, you can schedule that email to be sent at an appropriate time, so your clients don't know that you're working at all of these weird hours and expect a response from you any time of day or night. Another system you need to have in place for your private practice is a way to manage your client data. Now, I have a free template called the Master Client List. I'll leave a link in the description below for that. But you want to make sure that when you receive client data, however you receive that, you want to have a master template so that you only ever have to look at one document to be able to see all of the important information about your clients. You want to have a robust system to capture the information, which I'll talk about next. But once you have that information, you want to make sure that you have a safe and secure way of storing the information and that it's really easy for you to access if needed. The next system that I've talked about many times on this channel is about your onboarding procedure. You want to make sure you have a system in place for onboarding new clients. And there'll be many decisions that you need to make about the onboarding procedure, and I'll link to a video all about onboarding new clients here. But you want to make sure that you can send them paperwork in an electronic way. So you want to make sure that clients can complete the paperwork easily and that you get it back easily so that you can transfer it to the master client list or however you are storing that information. But you want to make sure that you have a system in place for this, because this is probably one of the most important systems that you can put in place to make sure that you are turning your inquiries into ongoing clients. Next, you want to have a system for your appointments. So you want to make sure that you are booking appointments into your calendar, but also being able to send those appointment confirmations and even reminders to your clients. Even if you see clients on a regular weekly or fortnightly basis, it's really good practice to send your clients reminders for those sessions. For everything we do nowadays, we get appointment confirmations and appointment reminders. We get it for the doctors, the dentists, hair appointments, wax appointments, anything that we book. We do get appointment confirmations that usually can be added to our calendars, and also reminders. If something is not in my diary, I'm missing it. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. So I have to be really organized around my schedule, and most people are the same. You also want to have a system for invoicing. So you want to make sure that you are keeping on top of your invoicing. You want to make sure that you have a system in place for sending the invoices, for checking payments, for chasing outstanding invoices. So you really want to make sure you have a procedure for this, because obviously it's really important that you're getting paid on time, that you're not missing payments, that you are chasing for those outstanding payments so that bills don't run up and clients end up owing for multiple sessions, because that can be really stressful for both you and them. And finally, you want to have a system for your bookkeeping. Again, I've just done a whole series on private practice finances on my channel, and it's so important that you keep on top of your finances and understand the revenue coming in, your expenses going out, and what your profit is. And you want to be looking at this on a monthly basis so that you can keep on top of it. Now, all of these systems can be achieved by using just one online system, which is Google Workspace. For just £6 a month, you can sign up to Google Workspace and get access to Gmail, Google Drive, Google Docs and Sheets, Google Calendar and Google Forms, Google Meet if you also want to save money on your online video conferencing platform as well. They have everything that you need to run your private practice using just this one system. And that is really what I'm going to talk about in the free workshop, which I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I'll leave a link in the description so that you can sign up for that too. So how do systems contribute to the success of your private practice? Systems contribute to the success of your private practice by providing a foundation of efficiency, consistency, organization, and client-focused care. You want to be able to automate and systematize as much of the private practice admin as possible so that you can do what you love doing best, which I would assume is the actual therapy. So where do you start in getting your system set up? What I would ask you to do first is take one average week and really write down every single thing that you're doing and when. So you want to track your time for a whole week. Now, this might seem like a really laborious task to do, but if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what systems you need. You want to know what you're doing with your time. And I think you'll find some really surprising results about how much time you're actually spending on things. A lot of what you are doing manually can be automated. Once you have your list, you want to really look at that and start to think, what could you systematize? Remember, if you do things more than once in your practice, you want to have a system for it. I really want to stress the importance of embracing systems in private practice. I know for many of you, it's not going to be something you enjoy and it's something you really shy away from. I hear that a lot from people that come to work with me, that they don't have any systems in place, and that's why they choose to want to work with me, because they know I not only take over the private practice admin, but I also put systems in place so you don't need so much admin assistance. So I do get it. But if you want to feel confident in the management of your private practice and have a really successful, busy private practice, you really do need to embrace systems. Please don't just focus on the marketing side and not the systems to back it up, because if you grow your practice and you get loads and loads of clients, but it's all chaotic, you're going to end up working so much more on the administration side of your practice than you need to. If you're new to private practice, or even if you have a few clients already, please try and focus on the system side first, because if you get this all organized, you can very quickly grow your private practice and be able to take on new clients once you do start your marketing. If you do it the other way around and you get really busy, you'll just be completely unorganized, really time poor, and just not enjoy working in your business. Remember, I do have that free workshop called Unlocking Your Practice's Potential. I'll be delivering this on the 19th and 20th of June at 2 different times. We're going to be going really in depth in how Google Workspace is the tool that you should be using to manage your private practice management. I'm going to be talking to you about how it works with all the procedures in private practice, which apps you should set up and use and why, and how Google Workspace can save you time with the automations. If you're interested in attending, please check out the link in the description below. I'd love to see you there. Until next time, thanks so much for watching.